Hey everybody, what's up? Leonardo 2003 here, and I know I'm like 3 weeks late on reviewing this episode, and I'm very sorry about that, but I can promise you that for the rest of the series, I will have my episode reviews done within a week of the episode's original airing. This episode right here, it was another special one. It was so epic, similar to the other half-hour special episodes. We got new characters and new plot developments that were huge. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the review of episode 13 of Rise of the TMNT, The Evil League of Mutants. The episode starts off in a random giant biodome in New York. It's kind of like a giant greenhouse, I guess. Anyways, I'm not sure why the turtles were there, but they're fighting two new characters, the Sando brothers. Their names are Ben and Carl, and are crab mutants that we can assume were carnival workers before they got mutated. They don't really seem like they're very powerful villains, more like middle-of-the-road villains. They're not total jokes like Warren Stone has been, and they're not quite on the level of Baron Draxum. They're similar to the power of Hypnopotamus or Meatsweats. However, the crabs do defeat the turtles, pretty easily too. But the main reason that they did defeat them was the turtles' poor use of their mystic weapons, along with Donnie's tech bow running out of battery, leading him to hilariously play dead. Just when the crabs are about to go in for the kill on the turtles, they're teleported to an office building. Along with them, we see Hypnopotamus, Repo Mantis, and Meatsweats get teleported there as well. Seeing Repo Mantis again is great. He's a really cool villain. They had him stealing from an old lady in a retirement home, but can anyone make sense of why he was trying to steal that canister from her? Maybe I'm missing something. I know he's a repo man, but how valuable can this canister actually be? It looks like a fire extinguisher or an air horn or something. The turtles are back at the lair, and they're all distraught over their defeat. Raph is trying to be the best leader that he can be, and he tells his brothers that they need to start taking their training more seriously. But his brothers aren't too motivated. Leonardo says, "Who's gonna train us? Who's gonna be our sensei?" I can't believe that Splinter hasn't been a sensei figure to these turtles yet up until this point. The guys wake up Splinter and tell him that they need his training. Splinter has a pretty badass weapon arsenal, and warns the turtles that this training will not be easy. He then grabs a katana and turns on Lujitsu on the TV to train. The turtles are very disappointed, because they don't just want to watch Lujitsu movies to learn. They want Splinter to actually train them. Splinter has a very important line here. He says, "Lujitsu cares more about you than you will ever know." To me, this all but confirms that Splinter was formerly Lujitsu before mutation, but we get even more confirmation of that at the end of the episode. Leo also says to Splinter, "What do you even know about training anyway? You're just a rat. We need a tiger." This is a reference to Tiger Claw, a 2012 series villain that was voiced by the same man voicing this Splinter, Eric Bauza. Splinter is very upset over the turtles' harsh comments, so he takes away their weapons and grounds them. We then cut back to the evil mutants. Baron Draxum enters the room, revealing why he brought them all here. Warren Stone also pops in, with his giant gauntlet fist. And then Todd pops in. It's crazy to see Todd portrayed as a villain. I wonder if he actually will ever turn on the turtles. Draxum says that they all have the same goal, to defeat the turtles and bring the yokai back to power and reclaim their turf back on the surface. So it looks like the yokai used to be on Earth just like the humans until they got wiped out. Hugin, Munin, and Draxum then go into a crazy musical number. This little song has so many details about the turtles' backstory. Mainly, they say that it is 13 years ago that Draxum originally mutated the turtles. Look at how cute these little turtle tots are. The funny part is, you can actually tell who is who. Draxum ended up capturing the then Battle Nexus champion, Lujitsu, and mixing his DNA with the turtles to mutate them. It's also revealed that right after the mutation, Lou Jitsu escaped and burned down Draxum's lab. You can see Jitsu right here holding on to all of the turtles pre-mutation. Draxum thought that they all died in the fire, but just discovered recently that they are alive and well. That's the main gist of that song, and Draxum seems to have fully convinced all of the other mutants to work for him on his side. That song was actually pretty awesome. This was no We Wish You a Turtle Christmas. I never thought I'd see anything quite like this from villains in TMNT. It was a pleasant surprise, especially because it dropped so many nuggets of info. We switch scenes to the turtles on the rooftops. They're upset that they're grounded, but they still snuck out. But every time the turtles are on the rooftops, they've got to coincidentally see villains up to no good on the ground. This time, they spot the Foot stealing TVs. But there's only one problem. Splinter took their weapons. So instead of stopping the Foot, the turtles elect to go to a magic show in New Jersey. Next thing you know, we're in Jersey, outside of the building. The turtles enter and are immediately greeted by Baron Draxum. He reveals the evil League of Mutants behind him and gives the turtles one last chance to join his side. Before they start to fight, Donnie spots Todd in the back, and this is just so hilarious how Todd is involved with these villains. The turtles quickly get smashed out of the building, but they all have a motivating moment when they end up in a fish and ladder shop. This is something Splinter actually tried preparing them all for with a Lou Jitsu movie earlier in the episode, so they used the ladders and fish to take out the villains. This fight scene was notably really good. I'd say it was definitely one of, if not the best fight scenes we've seen so far in Rise. Draxum sees the turtles dominating the villains, and he just can't believe it. The turtles yell out the words, "hot soup," which triggers a memory in Draxum. He remembers Lou Jitsu saying that in the past, and then he sees similarities between the turtles fighting and Lou Jitsu's. Draxum tells the turtles their origin of having Lou Jitsu DNA, leaving them speechless. They then start to celebrate the fact that Lou Jitsu is their biological dad. Little do they know that Splinter is 99% the mutant Lou Jitsu. Right before Draxum attacks the turtles, he is sucked into a purple portal. He is brought to a dark back alley and is met by the Foot leaders. They all get into their van, all having the same common goal, destroying the turtles. The turtles return to the lair, only to be confronted by an angry Splinter. He says that he was worried, which was nice to hear. It's nice hearing Splinter actually be serious and act like a dad. Leonardo tells Splinter that Lou Jitsu is their father, and Splinter's first words were, "How did you know?" This again pretty much confirms that Splinter is Lou Jitsu. Splinter was even right about to come out and say that he's Lou Jitsu, but the turtles interrupt him to give him a heartfelt apology. This episode, and especially the very end, completely give it away that Splinter is Lou Jitsu. I'm not sure when, but I definitely speculated that this was the case months ago. The show made Lou Jitsu so apparent in the lair, all of the posters in all of the movies, and Splinter's obsession showed that he must play a bigger role in the plot. Episodes like these are what makes us Rise of the TMNT fans feel amazing. For the type of show that this is, I feel like having shorter episodes with half-hour special episodes makes it so much more epic and a perfect formula. The turtles showed a lot of heart and a lot of potential here. The way that they used fish and ladders to defeat all of those villains was crazy. Don't forget that turtles nearly got defeated by most of those villains in the past, and that was with their mystic weapons. My personal favorite part was when Leo was wielding dual swordfish. This episode just had everything. Crazy plot points, new characters, good action, good storytelling, and brotherly/fatherly bonding moments. Of course, I'll have to give this episode 10 shells out of 10. It was one of the best so far. Honestly, it's a close second only behind Bug Busters. Let me know in the comments what you guys all thought about this episode. Are there any other theories floating around as a result of this episode? Let me know. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and thanks a lot for being patient while I was on my break from YouTube. I finally came out with this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I wasn't too late. I hope I didn't lose some of your interest. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thanks again, and I'll be back with another one real soon. Peace out.